People in Meridian, Mississippi were just enjoying their Saturday night dinner when they looked outside and they saw their cars disappear. This hole was outside a brand new IHOP. 12 cars in all fell right into that 30-foot wide hole. The good news is that no one was hurt, but obviously this is very interesting to figure out what happened here. There's been some debate over whether this is technically a sinkhole. The public safety director calls it an accident. And joining me now to get to the bottom of this is Patrick Abbott. He's a professor of geology at San Diego State University. So, Mr. Abbott, explain this to us. What happened here and why do you say this is not a sinkhole?
Well, this is not like what we were used to, like what happened in Florida that took a house down, or in Kentucky where the Corvette Museum disappeared into a limestone cave. You can see the linear trench, the even walls, the width, and when you look carefully at the pictures of the walls, you can see the layering in sand layers. You can see weak, loose sand. I think what's happened here is the present has run into the past. That was probably a drainage culvert or some sort of a pipe underneath. Water moving underground has moved a lot of those loose sand grains, and now with construction and the weight of cars, kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back, the ground collapsed.
Is this a freak accident, or is this something that you think could have been prevented?
This definitely could have been prevented, but the trick is, we can be having some of this erosion going underground. In other words, these cities have past to them. We can go way back in the past and say, well, they had a drainage ditch here sometime, 80 years ago or something or other, and it's maybe lost to memory. And so if you don't know it's there, or there's no record that something like that formerly existed, you're inheriting problems from what folks did a long time ago.
So who needs to deal with this, and how do you make sure that this doesn't happen, right there in the immediate area? Could this get worse?
Well, certainly it looks like it could continue on. We see about a 600-foot length, a nice parallel walls along a human-dug trench. And how much farther does it go? Well, we don't know now, but of course now people are aware of the existence of this, and you ought to maybe do some drilling to see if you encounter this real loose sediment someplace else, and also try to figure out what it was. Was this some drainage system that has branches in it, other areas that might collapse now in the future? But, Meridian's an old town. We're going way back into the 1800s, and a lot of things have been dug and reburied during that time, and it's hard to know all the things that are directly below the ground surface.